Let's talk about a puzzle that I think we've all run into. Why is it that even the most perfectly planned, most carefully worded change initiatives just fizzle out? Well, the answer might just be in embracing a little bit of imperfection. I mean, have you ever been there? You've spent weeks, maybe even months, crafting the absolute perfect message. It's inspiring, it's clear, it's got all the right buzzwords. You roll it out in a big meeting or a company wide email, and nothing. Maybe some polite nodding, but zero real action. It's one of the most frustrating feelings, right? And this really gets to the core of the issue. We kind of operate under this myth that one single, polished, perfect message is going to land with everyone in the exact same way. But as Dr. Reg Butterfield's work shows us, that's just not how people work. The reality is, everyone hears that message through their own filter, their own job, their own worries, their own to-do list. And that perfect message, it gets lost in translation. And all you're left with is that quiet resistance we all know so well. So, if the big broadcast is a bust, then what's the alternative? Well, it means we have to flip our thinking entirely. We need to stop broadcasting and start conversing. This is the big idea, what's called imperfect communication. Now, this is not about being sloppy or unprepared, not at all. It's a deliberate strategy. It's about accepting that real, lasting change doesn't happen in one big, flashy moment. It happens in a whole series of small, personal, human conversations that are actually tailored to what matters to the person you're talking to. And when you put them side by side, the difference is just huge. The old way, perfect communication, it's all about broadcasting. The goal is to get that one universal vision out there. The focus is 100% on the message. But the new way, this imperfect communication, it's about inviting people in. The style is personal, it's practical, and the focus shifts completely from the message to the individual. It's a total flip in perspective. Okay, so you might be thinking, this sounds nice, but why is this messy, imperfect way of doing things actually better? Well, it's not just a feel-good idea, it's actually baked into the science of what makes us as humans actually decide to do something. So here's the deal. When a request feels relevant to our world and, crucially, small enough that we can actually do it, we're way more likely to give it a shot. This taps into the whole power of tiny habits, which is a huge concept in behavioral science. And when we take that tiny action and it goes well, something amazing happens. We start to build a new identity. We're not just someone being told about change, we're someone who contributes to change. And all of this respects the fact that we all make sense of the world in our own unique way. And this quote from Dr. Butterfield just nails it. We're not empty boxes waiting for information to be poured in. We are active interpreters. A message that sounds like a fantastic opportunity to a manager might sound like a mountain of extra unpaid work to someone on the front line. That's not them being resistant, that's just them being human. And imperfect communication actually honors that reality. Okay, so we've got the why. Now let's get practical. How do you actually start doing this? Let's get into the playbook. And the best part is, you can start doing this, right now. It's actually a really simple 4-step process. First, just forget the all-staff email for a second. Pick one person. Second, take a moment and genuinely think. What matters to them? What's on their plate? What are their biggest headaches? Third, frame what you need in their language. Connect it directly to their world. And finally, and this is the absolute key, make the thing you're asking for incredibly small. Super easy to say yes to. Let's make this super concrete with some examples from the source material. Instead of a vague memo about supporting the new workflow, you go to a designer and you say this: could you mock up just one screen that makes this feel smoother? See the difference? It's not a giant project. It's a small, tangible ask that actually invites their unique expertise. Or how about for an operations lead? You connect the change directly to their day-to-day grind. This question isn't about you pushing your vision onto them. It's about inviting them to find the benefit for themselves. It shifts the whole conversation from what the change is to what the change can do for them. And I really love this last one because it shows this has nothing to do with job titles or hierarchy. By asking an intern for their perspective, you're doing two things. You're getting fresh eyes on a problem, sure, but more importantly, you're sending a powerful message that their voice matters. You're making them a co-creator, not just someone who receives orders. So when you pull all of this together, what's the big takeaway here? What's the one thing we should walk away with? It's really about a massive shift in our whole mindset around what it even means to lead change. This is it. This is the heart of the matter, right here. Change doesn't fail because people are stubborn. It fails because our methods treat them like a faceless crowd. We forget that a company, a team, a department, it's just a collection of individuals, every single one with their own context, their own motivations, and their own story. And this is the thought I really want to leave you with. Let's just stop chasing this fantasy of the single perfect message. Because the truth, as Dr. Butterfield says, is that the best, most meaningful changes, they're never broadcast. They're co-created. They're built from the ground up, one small, messy, wonderfully imperfect conversation at a time. So what's one imperfect conversation you could start today?